Shalom, Israel. Shalom, brothers and sisters. Thank you for tuning in. Peace and blessings to you. This is Yochanan, and I told you I will be live. Thank you so much to everyone who subscribed and made this possible for me to go live. I love you. Thank you so much. Continue to subscribe. Continue to share these messages. Okay. I want you to like this video, comment, and share, subscribe, hit the notification button. Feel free to comment. I'm live, so I will answer your questions. I will talk back to you. I appreciate all comments, inquiries. I won't entertain negativity, though. If it's negative and you're trying to argue, or everyone has the right to their opinion. But if you're on here trying to argue and, just trying to cause chaos, create your own channel and do it on your channel, because I'm not going to entertain that. I'm just here to empower people, to teach people the truth, the way it's supposed to be taught. I'm trying to get my lighting fixed. Teach people the truth, the way it's supposed to be taught. Reading Yahweh's word in its entirety. Okay, so I told you I would make a video about some things that I don't agree with. I always encourage you to look at my brother New Breed, my brother Mark the Messenger, brother Rob with Truth Unedited, brother Yerushalayim. I posted his page yesterday. Dr. Alan Horvath Jr., Pastor Stephen Darby Jr., rest in heaven, Stephen Darby and Dr. Horvath, Dale K. Brereton, Dr. Ron Dalton Jr., Hebrews, from Hebrew to Negroes. I encourage you to look at them. You will learn a lot. But anyway, this is, I'm just going to give you scripture reading, and it's about, I saw a video and I didn't agree with it. I agree with a lot of it, but it was one particular part, and it's just not one person, but it's been several male pastors or male messengers. I don't have to say their names, but several male pastors. I said male passengers. Male pastors, big names, and they are awesome. They anointed. And my experience with male pastors, I don't ask for a title. I've been given one, but do I use it? No, I'm just a messenger. That's what I am. I was chosen by Yeshua. I was attending church when it was, I was a Christian until I found out about Christians. I found out about Christians when I went to college. And this was in 2000 to 2001 to 2006. I studied African American studies at the University of Cincinnati, go Bearcats. And all of my professors, I had the opportunity, the blessing to be blessed with instructors, professors who were from Africa. And they're the ones who taught me about our original Black history. I didn't know, all I knew was Martin Luther King Jr., Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, W.E.B. Du Bois. I didn't really know too much about him. Anne Moody, the sit-ins. That's all I really knew. I didn't know in depth. I knew Cornell West, Dr. Cornell West, Booker T. Washington. That's all we knew back in the day. But I didn't know anything about Medgar Evers. I heard of Malcolm X, but they never really went into depth about him. But I found out a lot through my African instructors. Dr. Kalubi, I love you. Thank you so much. He takes students to Africa even to this day. And Dr. Takagan, thank you so much. But anyway, I want to talk about where, a lot of these pastors, Pastor Stephen Darby was awesome, anointed. But I want to say that, we have been brainwashed and we've been taught a certain thing in a certain way. I started studying the Bible thoroughly. I was always brought up in church. My grandfather was a pastor, but I wanted to read. I always knew it was something different. I just knew it was. And in 1995, I went to a church and they taught me how to read the Bible from front to back. So, excuse me, my pants falling down. Yeah, I'm going to be real with you. I have to pull my drawstring and tie my pants up. Anyway, you didn't need to know all that, but I keep it real. I want to be transparent with you and let you know that I'm real and that I make mistakes just like, anyone else. I make mistakes as well. But I'm here to shed light and to educate and to empower and hopefully to change this mindset that our male pastors, not all of them, but a lot of them, a lot of the male pastors and some of the messengers, they have this mindset that women, we have a certain role to play. That's not what Yahweh created us for. For roles to play. He created us all to worship him in unity, to worship him, to be fruitful, to multiply and flourish and nourish his earth that he created. And that's what he created us for, and to worship him in harmony. And we've been brainwashed to believe that women were created to be submissive to their husbands or submissive to men because we are the weaker vessel. Yes, we are weaker in physically, but sometimes mentally we're not weaker. Sometimes there's weak people are weak in general. Not everybody's weak, but men can be weak and women can be weak. Both of us can be weak, but Yahweh created man in his image. So I'm going to read to you Genesis 1:26. And then you be the judge. It says, and Yahweh said, let us create man in our image, after our likeness. Who was he talking about? Our. Well, we know that Yeshua was with Yahweh when the earth was formed. So, and let them 126 says, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea. Who is them? Let us create man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the flesh of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Now, who is them? Who is them? I'm glad you asked. So I'm going to go to 127 and 28. So Yahweh created man in his own image. In the image of Yahweh created he him. Male and female created he them. Okay, go back to 26. He says, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth on the earth. Okay, 27. Yahweh created man in his own image. In the image of Yahweh created he him, male and female, and created he them. 28. And Yahweh blessed them. And Yahweh said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. He said, them have dominion. So Okay, I'm going to go to Genesis. I'm going to go to Genesis 2:22. No, I'm not going to go to Genesis 2:22. I'm going to go to Genesis 2:16 through 19. On the sixth day, man was created from the dust. Yahweh created him in his image, blew the breath of life into him, and he became a living creature, a living soul. In fact, Yahweh created everything that creepeth the earth, the fowl that he created from the earth. He created them and he breathed the breath of life into them, his spirit, and they became living creatures. Okay, so he created man that same day. Okay, Genesis 2:16 through 19 says, and Yahweh Father commanded, anywhere as you see Lord or God, it's either Father Yahweh or Yahweh Father. They took his name out. Commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. And Yahweh Father said, Father Yahweh or Yahweh Father said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a help meet. I will make him a help meet. Not, I will make him someone, a woman who he's dominant over her. That's not what he said. That's not what he said. He said, I will make him a helpmeet for him. And Adam gave names to all cattle and to the fowl of the air and to every beast of the field. But for Adam, there was not found an helpmeet for him, someone to help him, to share in dominion, to share in ruling. And that's what he said. Them, don't give them dominion. And it says, and Father Yahweh caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. Okay. Genesis 2:22. And I'm going to tell you when men became ruler over us. But even then, I'm going to share some other stuff with you. 2:22-24. And the rib which Father Yahweh had taken from man made he a woman, not women, because it's some pastors, it's some messengers who are teaching that, men are supposed to have more than one wife. Because back in the day, they had more than one wife. Not in the beginning. In the beginning, no, they did not. He said from his rib, he made him a woman, not women, a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, this is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and his mother and shall cleave to his wife. Cleave to his wife. That means he loves his wife. He's taken to his wife. He loves her. He protects her. He's sticking with her, not in front of her, not in back of her. That's what he said. And they shall be one flesh. They join together to become one, like the Father and the Son. Hello. Please teach, when you teach it, teach him what Yahweh said, and teach the truth, people, please. 3:6 says, and when the woman, okay, this is when the deception came, when they were in the garden. Okay, it does not say Adam was not in the garden with Eve. Some teach, okay, Adam was doing this and doing that. Eve left Adam, and she the one who got tricked by the devil, by the serpent. It does not say that in the Bible. And stand correct, both of them were deceived. So I'll read that to you. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food and that it was pleasant to the eyes and a tree to be desired to make one wise. She took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her husband with her. He was right there with her, and he did eat. Okay, people, stop being so deep. Don't be. It could don't get this deep into it. Read it what it says, word for word, precept to precept. It says. I'm gonna read it again. 3:6. Read it again. I'm gonna pause for a minute because I need to plug my connection up. One moment. This is gonna probably be a long video. I hope y'all like it. I hope y'all tune in. I don't see anyone tuning in. I had to get the plug because my connection. I'm getting ready to lose my connection. Okay, there we go. Husband with her, and he did eat. Okay. He was with her. A lot of people say, men. I don't hear a lot of men, but not all of them. Because some of them read it from work for what it is. But Adam was in the garden with her. Adam had dominion over everything before Eve was even created. Adam was created on the 6th day. Yahweh spoke to him and told him what tree not to eat from. Okay. Adam had the all knowledge of the Most High. He gave him that knowledge. So, Adam, you knew. You were there with your wife when the serpent talked to her. Why didn't you step in there? Why didn't you say, wait, hold on, bruh. Hold on. Because, see, I named you a serpent. And I'm going to need you to back away from my wife. Because the Most High told me specifically, not to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And I told her not to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So I'm gonna need you to back up, okay? I'm gonna need you to move, keep it moving because you barking up the wrong tree. Adam should have stood up then, but he did not, and he was there with her. So read your text in entirety. He was with her. Both of them was deceived. Eve was deceived. She ate the fruit, and then she gave it to Adam, and he was deceived as well. So they both were deceived. They both were cast out. Both of them committed the sin together. Both of them got cast out together. And let me tell you what Yahweh said. Okay, this is when the rule came in, okay? Okay. In 3:16, it says, unto the woman, he said, this is Yahweh talking to them. Okay, he already cursed the serpent, told him he'll crawl on his belly and lick dust for the rest of his life. He said, unto the woman, he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. That's why it hurts so bad when we have babies. And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. That's when man became ruler over us. Okay? And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it, cursest the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shall thou eat of it all the days of thy life. That's when man ruled over female, over his wife. That's when he ruled. Man ruled over woman. Okay. So Adam cleaved to his wife. Okay. Another misconception where they say Noah had 3 wives says Noah was 500 years old when he begat Shem, Ham, and Japheth. It does not say that Noah had 3 wives. It didn't say that. Y'all stop adding stuff to Yahweh's word. Read it in its entirety. Read it precept upon precept. Okay? I'm going to go to Abraham and show you where it came into men having more than one wife. Actually, Sarah is the one. She brought that on herself. Okay. Okay, I'm in Genesis chapter 16, verse 3. Well, I'm going to go to verse 2 first. I'm almost done. It says, now Sarai, and her name was Saraiah. Saraiah, Abram's wife, bare him no children, and she had an handmaid, an Egyptian, whose name was Hagar. His name was Abram then. His name hadn't been changed yet. And Saraiah said unto Abram, behold, now Yahweh hath restricted me from bearing. I pray thee, go in unto my maid. It may be that I may obtain children by her. And Abram hearkened to the voice of Saraiah, like Adam hearkened to the voice of Eve. And Saraiah, Abram's wife, took Hagar, her handmaid, the Egyptian, after Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, and gave her to her husband, Abram, to be his wife. That's when it started with multiple wives. But Abram sent Hagar off because there was jealousy, and Yahweh didn't want the spirit of jealousy in him. Yahweh also said, if you can't treat them both the same or love both the same, he doesn't want the spirit of jealousy to destroy his institution of marriage. He didn't say it like that, but he said, have one. But anyway, he created one. And so Abraham sent Hagar off because he didn't want all that confusion in his family. So Isaac was raised with Abraham, and Saraiah, his mom. Isaac had one wife. Abraham told his servant, you go find my son a wife from the daughters of my brother, my kin, which was Rebekah. So Isaac had one wife, Rebekah. Okay. So y'all getting too deep with this, and y'all doing too much. Y'all taking things out of context and putting things in your own word. Tell the truth. Okay. Now I'm going to go to where everybody keeps reading, talking about the Apostle Paul. What Paul said in 2 Timothy, but I'm here to tell y'all getting too deep with this. Y'all getting too deep with this. 2 Timothy. No, 1 Timothy. Okay. 1 Timothy. I'm going to go all the way up to First Timothy, second chapter, verse 8 through 14. This is the Apostle Paul. Paul said, I will, not Yahweh will. I will, therefore, that men pray everywhere. It's Yahweh's will for that he told us to pray. But Paul said, I will, therefore, that men pray everywhere. But, you can argue that Paul, the Apostle Paul, was chosen by Yeshua. No doubt. He was chosen. He was a chosen vessel. But Paul was also an authoritative figure. So Paul had a mind to, Paul was going to do, he did the will of Yahweh. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And he fought. He said, I will, therefore, that men pray everywhere, lifting up holy hands without wrath and doubting. Okay, that's a good thing. In like manner, also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel. Nothing wrong with that, with shamefacedness and sobriety. Nothing wrong with not being sober. Nothing wrong with being sober. And he mean covering up their face. Yeshua didn't say that. But not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array, but with which becometh women professing godliness with good works. Yahweh is in our heart. And Yeshua said, come as you are. He knows if you have a good heart. Now, if Yeshua is in you, the spirit of Yeshua is in you, he's going to tell you how to dress. I'm certainly not getting ready to go out here with no belly blouse on and booty shorts. I'm not getting ready to do that. I'm not ready to go out here, and I am going to start wearing, dresses. I like dresses, but I wear pants when it's cold outside. Because, see, we've been taking out our natural habitat, which is over in Israel, Jerusalem. So it's cold over here. So, yeah, I wear tights. I wear pants. Yeshua's not going to judge me for that. He said, come as you are. He's not going to judge me for that. But anyway, y'all get too deep with this. Let the woman, it says, gold, pearls, or costly array, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. That's not what Genesis says. They were both deceived at the same time. But this is how Paul interpreted it. Adam was created before Eve. Yes, he was. Adam, you were created 2 days before Eve. You knew Yahweh's word. He gave you authority to name these creatures, name everything. You knew what he said. You were there in the garden when your wife was talking to that serpent. You were supposed to step up. But see, men, come on, men, pastors, messengers, read it and text it to its entirety. That is not, he said, Paul said this. He's blaming Eve for everything, for the deception. We were punished because Adam yielded to his wife and ate. Who is it? I had to pause for a minute, you guys, and I just want to let you know, y'all stop getting too deep with this. Again, the Apostle Paul said this, and Paul said this because he blames Eve for the fall of man, but it was both of them. Both of them, they became one. The Father said, y'all became one. They became one. They became husband and wife. They became one, and they both were naked in the garden. Both of them committed the sin together. Both of them got punished. But like I was saying, the reason why we really got punished is because Adam was formed out of Yahweh's image. Adam should not have yielded to the voice of his wife. He knew Yahweh's voice. Eve wasn't even created then. Adam, you've been in the world for 2 days. But scapegoat, whatever, blame him, blame her, both of them was wrong. So just, people tell it like it is. Stop, trickling it down and justifying what you think because you a man, this, that, and the third. That's not what Yahweh said. And incidentally, he, yes, I believe that women should be wives, should be submissive to their husbands. But not everyone is a wife. Deborah ruled. She ruled the children. She was a judge. She judged Israel for a while. Queen Esther saved the Hebrew Israelites. She saved the Hebrews. Queen Esther did. I'll tell you about the war. I'll go more into this about the war. When the lady who she killed the man because she pushed a stone over the wall and, on his head, and she killed him. The woman who killed the man they were looking for. But I'm gonna go do some more digging and researching. When she nailed him to the floor in the tent, he asked for some water. He said he was thirsty. She gave him some milk to drink. He laid down, and when he laid down, she drove a nail into his head. So I'll tell you about all that in my next video. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, check out my brothers, Mark the Messenger, Brother New Breed. I don't take anything from any of them. We may not agree on everything. I don't agree with everything someone says, but everyone has their own beliefs and they're entitled to that. This is no right or wrong. The Bible is, Yahweh's word is right. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm asking is that teach it, line up on line, precept or precept, what Yahweh said, and distinguish between who said what. The Apostle Paul said a lot of things. I don't think he liked women that much. But Yeshua loved women. He loved all of us. And men treated their women kindly. Kings treated their women kindly. It wasn't this forceful rule of, I'm the rule over you. You're going to do this, you're going to do that, or this, that, and other. No, that's not what Yahweh said. He doesn't want any of us to be with someone who's abusive to us and disrespectful to us. We're supposed to respect one another. I respected you, men. I love all men. I love men. My men. You know what I'm saying. Don't take a rocket scientist. But I love y'all. And, I'm not married. I was married. But sometimes you with someone that Yeshua didn't join you. Not all people are joined together by Yeshua because he gives you warnings. He gives you warnings. He does. But my ex-husband and I are really, really good friends. He's a good man. He's a good man. He wasn't then, but he's a good man now. I'm not going to take that from him. He has turned his life over to Yeshua. Praise Yahweh, the Most High Yahweh. But some people aren't for you. He has a specific person designed for everyone. And some people, he has a different walk for them. And it's solely to do his will and to build his And that's where I am now, the building of his kingdom. I'm not looking for a man, I'm not looking for a soulmate. I just want Yeshua to use me. And I'm not saying I hate men. I don't hate men. I love men. But right now, my mind is on him, on building the kingdom of Yahweh and educating our people and giving them knowledge and wisdom that he has given me to pass on to them. Let us not strive. I will never put my brothers down. I'm always supporting them, supportive of them. They are doing a great work. Keep doing what you're doing, Mark the Messenger. Keep doing what you're doing, Brother Newgree, Rob of Truth Unedited. All of you all, keep doing what you're doing. I'm with you 100%. And thank you for tuning in. Subscribe to my channel. I love you, but Yeshua loves you so much more. Till tomorrow.